Welcome to Around the Track, the most exciting 15 minutes in wealth management by Dynasty Financial Partners and hosted by CEO Shirl Penney.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Around the Track, the most exciting 15 minutes in wealth management. I'm your host, Shirl Penney, co-founder, president, and CEO of Dynasty Financial Partners. And I'm super excited today to be joined by one of our clients and a relatively new entrant into the RIA space, Jerry Davidse, who is also a co-founder and CEO of Presilium Private Wealth, located in Radnor, Pennsylvania. Jerry, thanks so much for sitting down for this 15-minute conversation with me.
Thanks, Shirl. Thank you for inviting me, and it's my pleasure to be here.
All right, look, you know the rules. We only actually have one rule on Around the Track, which is to keep the conversation to less than 15 minutes. I'm going to ask you 8 rapid fire questions, each one of those representing one of the 8 furlongs that makes its way around that 1 mile track that you see behind me.
And they're off.
How you break from the gate obviously matters a lot. So I'd like to ask you an easy one to help you break out of the gate sharp, which is just tell the audience about yourself and Presilium.
Yeah, thanks, Shirl. Well, I'm very blessed. I have an amazing family. I'm married with 2 great kids, Jake, who is 8, and Emma, who is 7 years old. And after working as a financial advisor at a major wirehouse for 21 years, I founded Presilium Private Wealth on April 1st, 2022 with my team. And it's been the most challenging and most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life besides raising our kids. We serve about 200 families at Presilium. They are all over the United States, and most of them are senior level corporate executives or business owners.
That's awesome. So let's build on that a little bit for the second question. So I can tell that you're obviously excited now having your own independent business, and we'll probably talk more about that. But just at a very high level, what has you most excited? Why are you kind of flying out of bed in the morning and can't wait to get into the office?
Yeah, there are millions of people who are not able to fulfill their life goals because they don't have the right partners that they need to grow their wealth in the most effective way possible and reach those goals on time. We're helping to change that at Presilium. We've already helped a lot of families reach their goals, but there are so many more out there that I know we can help.
Yeah, I love that. It is I like to say, a bull market on advice, right? There's so many people in need of great advisors like y'all. So I certainly am aligned in that view. Look, you're a year in almost, as you just described, and it's the first time you've been, in the CEO seat, if you will. How would you describe, your leadership style, and has it maybe evolved or changed over the last year, since, for the first time you really sat in that CEO chair?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like everyone who is at Presilium today is a leader in their own way, and we all share the same core principles. I feel like we're caring, innovative, and decisive. And the decisions that we make are relatively easy because we always frame them with what is best for our clients. We put a lot of effort into constantly communicating with them so we can keep the pulse of how they feel. And then we're always looking for the best way to solve a problem for them or reach their long-term goals in the most effective ways possible.
That's great. Look, we mentioned you're coming up on a year. So again, early congratulations on celebrating that anniversary. You guys have moved 100% of your assets. I don't know if we mentioned, but you have around 350 million in assets, and your clients have followed you. Not surprisingly, you've put a lot of time, effort, and due diligence in on the front end, as we well know here at Dynasty, and are super proud to be partnered with you guys. But looking back over the last year or so, what have been some big surprises for you and the team?
Yeah, there's been a few things, Shirl, but the biggest one is actually how much more enjoyable this career can be. I had mentioned that I worked for large financial firms for 21 years before founding Presilium, and just didn't realize how much more fun it would be now that we have the freedom and flexibility to do what we feel is best for our clients. In fact, we have a weekly firm whiteboard meeting where all we talk about are new ways to better serve clients and run Presilium for them. And we were previously really limited in what we could do. And it's so much more fun to be able to think of ideas as a group and then be able to immediately implement them and get client feedback.
Yeah, that's one of the things we hear a lot from advisors. In Dynasty, we see ourselves sometimes as a bit of liberators, helping people to make the move. And oftentimes they talk about how they're having fun again, similar to as you just described it, but also, just talking about how they maybe should have done it sooner. But we're certainly glad that you guys have made the move and that Dynasty got to play a little part in that. One of the things I really enjoy about what you guys have done in a really short period of time is you really become leaders in driving your message out there on behalf of your worldview on the investment side, on where the business is going. You're utilizing social media, I think, in a host of very creative ways, and we're starting to see the great impact of that. Can you talk a little bit about what you've been able to do and how you approach building the brand and really driving the Presilium Private Wealth story through social media?
I had always wished that I could talk with every single one of our clients every week to tell them what we're thinking about and working on for them. And now that we're independent, with your enormous help, actually, Shirl, we can use our social media platform to do exactly that. We create a short 3 to 5 minute video every single week that clients can watch or listen to whenever they have time. And over the next few years, we hope that our videos reach more and more people who will eventually become full-time clients. I feel like this work is one of the most important things that we do at Presilium, and our entire firm works on it together every week.
One of the things that I also enjoy about conversations with you and one of your other founding partners, who we should give a shout out to, Brooke Hart, who's your president and COO, is I know that you guys are real students of the industry, and so just kind of reflecting on having been at a large wirehouse, now being on the RIA side, what concerns you? What are some big challenges as you look out? You can pick the time frame, the next 3-5 years. What are some big headwinds that you think are maybe facing us within wealth management or financial services more broadly?
Yep. For us, we are all a really young firm. I'm the oldest one here at 43, and then Brooke is 33. In fact, he just had his first baby a couple weeks ago with his wife, Kate. So we're really young and we have a long time that we want to do this. And the biggest challenge for us, and I think for the industry as a whole, is hiring and finding exceptional people to work with clients. As the world gets more and more complex, there's going to be a huge increase in demand for quality advice from firms that take the time to understand and empathize with clients. And we recently went through more than 1,000 applications to find 2 people that had the perfect mix of emotional and raw intelligence to hire here at Presilium. And to reach our longer term goals, we're going to have to find a lot more exceptional individuals. And that's going to be the biggest challenge that we face going forward.
Yeah, talent across the industry, there's no question. It's one of the biggest issues that we're all facing, regardless of where you sit in the industry. So couldn't agree more. You also talked about the importance of being proximate and staying close with your clients, and the importance of onboarding teammates that understand the importance of high client service. And over the course of my career, I've had the great privilege of being able to spend a lot of time with advisors and their top clients, and oversimplified what I hear most often in terms of what the end client is willing to pay their advisor for is quality of advice, right? The competency of the team and how it's being delivered, and then quality of service. And I know that you see the world in a similar way, not surprisingly. And you guys have invested a lot in your thought and then delivery of what you call, the Presilium difference. Can you talk a little bit about, the philosophy there and how you're delivering it?
Yeah, we are really proud of our client experience at Presilium and feel that it's special and unique and really different in the industry. We start with the big picture and then work backwards down to the smallest possible detail. Every client has a detailed financial plan that is updated every year. We then have a scheduled quarterly meeting to discuss our progress to goals and the investment strategy. Every month, we host a special event for all of our clients, ranging from educational, like cybersecurity or estate planning, all the way to fun events like wine and coffee tastings or cooking classes. Weekly, we of course produce a video on a financial topic that we're thinking about and working on for our clients. And then finally, daily, our entire team knows every client at this point and are ready to help them with anything that comes up in their day-to-day life. It's a really special experience that's hard to find anywhere else.
Love it. Thank you for that. All right, so we've made our way almost completely around the track. We're headed now quickly approaching the finish line. And the question, if you watch the show in the past, I think this is maybe our 40th episode or pretty close to it. It's been doing this for a while. Is we always like to ask, what is that big goal, right? In racing, we call it the Triple Crown, right? The Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, the Belmont, these races that are so hard to win. And it's this big, almost unachievable goal that's sitting out there for jockeys and trainers and owners and the horses. And, this is the time of year when, the horses and all the teams are really getting ready to head off to the Kentucky Derby. So, and this can be for you, Jerry, on a personal basis, can be on behalf of the business, but what is that big goal that's sitting out there on the horizon? That's a real stretch goal that you're focused on, that, someday, when you do achieve it, it really feels like you just won your Triple Crown.
Yep, that's a great question. We've already helped hundreds of families to reach their financial goals, but our longer term goal is to help thousands. We want to effectively use social media at Presilium to not only enhance our client experience, but connect us with all of the millions of other families who may not feel confident in their investment strategy and long-term plan. So our big win for this year would be to have at least one family per week join Presilium and then be on a much better path to reaching their goals. And then next year, we'll look at an even bigger goal than that.
I love that. Think big and dream bigger, as we like to say here at Dynasty. That's awesome. So, Jerry, look, I really enjoyed this virtual walk around the track together. Thanks so much for doing this with us. Thank you also and to your team for the incredible partnership with Dynasty. And to all the listeners and viewers that are out there, thank you for tuning in again for another episode of Around the Track.